Why now? Well, there's two reasons why now. The first is it was abundantly clear that if Iran came under attack by anyone, the United States or Israel or anyone, they were going to respond against the United States.
So explain for me how that's an imminent attack, right? This is what really frustrated Trump and why he tried to change it into we attacked first. But they all shot themselves in the feet. The reality here is that if you attacked because if they were attacked, you knew they would respond. That doesn't even make sense, even especially in an imminent threat. That's you initiating war. Simple. That's like a perverse manipulation, even of the Bethlehem doctrine that is preemptive self-defense. Like that doesn't even get met by what he just said.
Had been delegated down to the field commanders. It was automatic, and in fact, it bared to be true because, in fact, within an hour of the initial attack on the leadership compound, the missile forces in the south and in the north, for that matter, had already been activated to launch. In fact,
yes, as we told you, because they told the UN, we see what you're doing, and if you bomb us, we will respond. He knows that. He knows that. He's playing on the ignorance of everybody. Because it's all on the record that Iran brought it to the table in the UN and said, we know what you're doing and we'll respond in this way. Now, again, though, this is a point that I mentioned earlier. Listen to what he says right here.
The orders had been delegated down to the field commanders.
Right. As I keep telling you. So what does that mean? That means that there's a break between the executive branch and what our military is doing. So is it not possible that's Hegseth? Hegseth is a religious Zionist. Is it not possible that he's not taking orders from the people you think he is? Or is it possible that even whether he's there or not, it's Feinberg who's actually in control? Or even beyond that it's actually just Israel in its own way, just conducting this war with our military? I mean, I'm not saying I can prove any of that. What I'm saying is it's absolutely insane to me. These are considerations is my point. It's insane to me that we're at a point where he just admits in the midst of starting an illegal war that you're not even the ones giving orders on the ground. The executive branch, I mean. That's not how this is supposed to go. I've never agreed with that logic. And by that very logic, then, well, I could go in a lot of directions about the having experts around you and how that contradicts other things he said. But you just have to be clear about this, guys. This is obviously not imminent. I mean, every point we've made so far, just what he's saying here seems to make that clear.
It was automatic, and in fact, it bared to be true because the assessment that was made that if we, in fact, those had already been pre-positioned. The third is the assessment that was made that if we stood and waited for that attack to come first before we hit them.
Which wasn't happening. As they've testified to, there was no evidence of that. And again, why would they come and say, here's where we're going to bomb if you attack us, if their plan was to attack first? And also that there's never been an example of them ever doing that in the first place. It's always been a response. But let's just take their word for it because, Rubio's an honest guy, right, guys?
We would suffer much higher casualties. And so the president made the very wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that would precipitate an attack again.
You can't miss that, guys. We knew that Israel was going to do something because that's what actually ended up coming out, even before he said this, that Israel was already planning it. That's why they talked about the Kurd. They talked about the assassination. You can't deny that either Trump is involved the entire way or he was completely snowed and played in the situation. Israel would attack, which means Iran might do something. So we had to act
against American forces, and we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties.
But think about what he just said, that if we didn't preemptively go after them, that they would get those attacks. But the attacks he means would only happen if Israel attacked first, unilaterally without justification. You just can't miss this, guys. Again, you need to understand that's incompetence. Or for some reason, Rubio was trying to let you see what was happening. I don't believe that. It's just wild.